Now to the debate over abortion rights in this country after the Supreme Court chose to keep a commonly used abortion pill available for now. This case has exposed another political rift between Republicans like Donald Trump and Mike Pence on an issue that has long divided this country. Jan Crawford has more.
The Supreme Court's ruling leaves the abortion pill mifepristone available without restrictions.
We say pro-choice!
The political fight over abortion as a campaign issue is intensifying.
I'd like to see this medication off the market.
Former Vice President Mike Pence, who is weighing a presidential run in 2024, told CBS News' Robert Costa that access to abortion shouldn't just be left up to the states. He is pushing for action at the federal level and says Congress should pass a nationwide ban on abortion after the 15th week of a pregnancy. More than 90% of abortions occur before 13 weeks.
This isn't a states-only decision. I think the American people would welcome a minimum national standard.
But that puts him at odds with former President Donald Trump, who says Congress should stay out of it. Other Republicans say the GOP should be careful with its messaging ahead of the 2024 campaign season.
We're going to lose huge if we continue down this path of extremities.
The brief unsigned order from the Supreme Court Friday night is the most significant action involving abortion rights since the justices overturned Roe v. Wade less than a year ago. But the issue is likely to be back before the Supreme Court next year after the lower courts weigh in on the merits and whether the FDA followed the right steps when it approved mifepristone 23 years ago and made it easier for women to get it in 2016. Friday's emergency action, with just 2 of the 9 justices dissenting, suggests the court is unlikely to block access to the drug the next time around. There are significant questions about whether the challengers even have standing to bring the case.
Now, Justice Sam Alito wrote a dissent saying he didn't think the court needed to even issue this emergency stay because the pill still would be available. But that doesn't really tell us anything about how he will see the merits of this case. I would not be surprised if he joins with a majority to say this case never should have been brought in the first place. Gail?
All right, Jan, thank you very much.
I'm not a candidate, so we'll see if and when that changes.
No, you can't
have this. I'm trying to have my food. Okay, she stopped crying, so I brought her up.
And I know many Floridians, and certainly my wife and I, we have great regard for the Japanese people, Japanese culture, and really appreciate
why
what
is
great
this
ally
fucking
Japan
dude
has been
in
to the
Japan,
United States over many, many decades. And so we're excited to be here to be able to explore more relations.
Why is the governor of Florida in Japan? Somebody, by the way, I don't even know what this other person said because someone, oh my God, bro, this dog, oh my God. She almost knocked over my Salade with her fucking big ass face and big ass nose. How about you chill out for like 3.5 seconds, please? Okay. How about you chill out for 3.5 seconds? I'm going to play with you in a little bit in the crate. Okay, we're going to do puppy playtime in a little bit. Okay. Okay. Been too hot. And I just gave her water like when I brought her outside. So I don't know what the hell is going on here because Pundit said that they have no grasp on international policy. He should have literally gone to an Olive Garden. I agree. I know that that's the reason why he's doing it. How dare you call her that? You need to apologize and give her pets and kisses on the forehead and hold the camera up to her face and smuggle her. Yeah, I am doing all the snuggling. The problem is like it's a little hot in here and I don't want her to get too I don't want her to overheat. Trump said DeSantis needs an urgent personality transplant. Nobody does it quite like he does. Yeah, I mean, it's true. What's up? Are you happy with all the... Okay. This dog is such a mountain dog, bro. She climbs everything, okay? She's trying to climb me up. Like a Mount Kilimanjaro. Oh. What? She only recently started licking too. This is like big. Oh. What are you climbing? What are you climbing? Let her speak. I can't.
Relations with
You gotta
Florida
hear
and
Don
Japan.
Lemon instead. I mean, Ron DeSanctimonious instead.
Tell me a little bit.
AOC on Ron DeSantis is holding Republicans accountable in our own political future. Here's a puff piece from MSNBC with literally fucking former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki talking to AOC.
More about this project and why it was so important to you to fund.
Absolutely. Well, I really think that this represents our climate policy at work, which is our whole approach to climate policy is that you don't have to trade off jobs, the environment, and really good, just outcomes for communities. So what we're doing here is that we have acquired federal funds to construct a training facility so people can learn the skills necessary to build the underwater pylons that offshore wind turbines go on top of. These are really good, high-paying, very often union jobs, and we're doing it at a public college, SUNY Maritime, in the Bronx, so that the communities that have been most impacted by the front lines and injustices of the climate crisis can now get the jobs in solving them. And so we're really excited about this. This is going to create so many jobs for folks in our community at high, dignified pay.
And when this project is all done, still a little work to go, what is it going to be doing exactly?
It's going to be, some of these facilities, for example, are like deep pools, and people will be putting on scuba equipment in order to figure out how you construct pylons underwater. And as they develop those skills, they'll be able to partner with apprenticeships and union programs so that when the funding comes in through whether it's the Inflation Reduction Act or other types of federal funding to construct offshore wind turbines, these folks are going to be the first in line to get those jobs.
You're still a part of a new generation of leaders in Congress. You've been there now for a couple of years. Who gives you hope in the Democratic Party as you look around at fellow members or other leaders around the country?
I am so excited and energized by the evolution of grassroots and community organizations and the extent of their involvement. Historically in Washington, it's been a lot of very established institutions and advocacy organizations that have had a seat at the table. But now we're seeing this explosion in grassroots organizing that is starting to cross the threshold into real influence in policy making. And that to me is beyond inspiring.
Is there an organization or a new colleague or someone people should know about that you're excited about?
Yeah, I mean, I think groups like Sunrise and many others are so exciting. In terms of my colleagues, this new freshman class is phenomenal. I have the honor of being the vice-ranking chair under Jamie Raskin for the Oversight Committee. And we just have amazing freshmen in our class, from Becca Ballant, who's the first woman to be elected in the state of Vermont, Maxwell Frost, the first Gen Z member of Congress. We have folks like Greg Casar and Summer Lee that really represent communities that are from steel production in Pittsburgh and all of these amazing communities, but they're bringing a vibrancy and showing that the kind of representation that we didn't even think was possible in some places actually is. And so that to me is really inspiring.
So you're in the minority in Congress for the first time since you were elected. It seems like you're kind of having fun being a bit of an agitator. Are you enjoying that role?
I think holding those in power accountable is a fundamental part of our role, and it's a part of a role that I draw on from my history in advocacy and organizing and activism. but it's also one where we can
I'm in total
propose solutions while we're
I'm in
also
total new dad mode, where I'm like, on the one hand, giving her a chew toy because she's like teething like a motherfucker. Okay. I'm giving her a chew toy. That's what no. Every time she's like chewing, she tries to chew on something, I had to give her a chew toy, while also simultaneously trying to eat my fucking food at the same time. Fur is gonna get into your food. I don't give a shit, dude. Here, look at this. One hand, left hand on the fucking chew toy, so that she can, like, you know, so that it can stimulate her. Right hand on the salad. She got the zoomies for sure. She's like snapping at me too. She's like a snapping turtle.
holding people accountable for the decisions that they're making. And so, yeah, I think it's been an important role for us to play.
So you're also a pretty politically astute observer. There is a presidential race that's happening right now. Donald Trump, people think, some say, is the easiest person for Joe Biden to run against. What do you think about that?
Well,
the easiest potential Republican nominee,
yeah,
I should say.
I think there's something to be said about that. The dynamics of these races change from day to day. I think that Governor DeSantis has made some very large critical errors, and I think he's weaker than...
What are his biggest errors, do you think, as you've watched?
Well, you can't out-Trump Trump, right? And that's what he's really been trying to do. His attacks on teachers, on schools, on LGBT Americans, I think go way too far in the state of Florida. And I think that they are a profound political miscalculation and an overcompensation. He may be trying to win a base, but that base belongs to Donald Trump. And he has sacrificed, I think, the one thing that others may have thought would make him competitive, which is this idea that he would somehow be more rational than Donald Trump, which he isn't.
Now, you're very familiar with surprising people and winning a primary. Is there anyone in the Republican field, you would disagree with them completely on policy issues, but that you think maybe they have something, or maybe they could take on Trump? It is early in the process.
You know, I think in the House, I see the dynamics and the political dynamics in the House very often mirror some of the political dynamics happening out in the country. And I think right now the Republican Party is so disorganized that I really don't see someone that can unite that party.
Is it really that bad? I don't know what the fuck is wrong. I don't know. Can someone clip it and send it to me? I want to see. Oh, you're talking about the wind, not the delay. Okay. I mean, I put her down for a moment and she immediately starts fucking crying. God damn it. Come on. My love, you're killing me a little bit here. Come on, you got to be a little bit better. Oh, there is no delay? No. Every time. No, that's not what I asked for. Why the fuck would you link that? I'm gonna change this video. The video kind of sucks, yeah. Anyway, Twitter reverses course on verified blue check marks.
In today's Tech Bites, Twitter's U-turn on those blue check marks. They were done away with last week. Users were told to get their verified check mark back, they needed to pay $8 a month. Not many did, but recently the check marks were reinstated on many celebrity accounts, including for some who have passed away. Apple is said to be planning a journaling app for iPhones, according to the Wall Street Journal. The feature would allow users to log their daily thoughts and activities as well as their feelings. Apple's offering would compete with other journaling apps such as Day One. WhatsApp is now letting you save disappearing messages, but the sender gets the final say. A new option called Keep the Chat allows users to stop a message from vanishing by long pressing on it. However, the person who sent the message will be notified and have the power to decide if it stays or goes away. Good feature for people who share too many memes on WhatsApp. Time to give it a rest.
He moved on from that so fucking fast, my head spun. These videos suck. Yeah, whatever. Listen. We already covered this shit extensively. We already covered the Don Lemon exit extensively. There's the CNBC anchor Hadley Gamble, but there's not too much to talk about that. That seems like a pretty open and shut situation for NBC Universal. I got a blue check mark as well, which was shocking and confusing for me. Didn't understand what the fuck the reason for that was, but then I realized, like, oh no, he's doing it because he wants to, like, re-up the value of the blue check mark. Because originally the value of the blue check mark was around the fact that people have blue check marks. So, are you okay? She accidentally pushed it too much. Shauna fully tested the DF-27 hypersonic missile according to military leaks from the USA documents. Yeah, I don't care. Great. Wait, you pronounce Don Lemon like that as a joke, right? Yeah, it is a consistent bit that has become reality pretty much. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyway. It was originally a bit, and now it's like stuck. It's like perma-stuck. I forgot the other thing that I was talking about. But here's Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Before we get to John Oliver, I want to talk about Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
America presents Real Women of Politics.
Real women of politics.
Today we salute all the real woman leaders of this great country.
Real women don't have to fake it.
Real women. Doing real things.
Real women work too hard for this.
Some big companies can't tell the difference between real and fake anymore.
Real people know the difference.
That's why we're introducing the Real Women of Politics koozie.
Real women of politics.
Now, you can salute the real women of politics at every backyard barbecue and tailgate. And
Bro, that Kay Ivey one goes so fucking hard. This is literally an SNL sketch that they, I guess, like, did unironically. At this point, I am constantly dumbfounded where I look at, like, Republican commentary and I think to myself, is this actually unironically something that they're promoting because they think it slaps? Or is this basically an elaborate bit? But the moment I see a fucking Governor Kay Ivey, Alabama koozie, I lose everything.
now, you can salute the real women of politics at every backyard barbecue and tailgate. And if it covers up the label of a big woke company, well, that works too.
Real women of politics.
Order your Real Women of Politics koozie today.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. But why would anybody want Governor Kim Reynolds of Iowa on a fucking beer koozie? Or Sarah Sanders? Like, half of these women are jump scares, man. What the fuck? Imagine rolling up to the party. I'm rolling up to the party with my fucking mint. Limited edition Governor Sarah Sanders, Sarah Huckabee Sanders of Arkansas koozie. Hell yeah, brother. I bust that shit out. All the boys say, God damn, you're a real American right there. Now that's a woman right there, that Kay Ivey. Oh, I'll tell you what. She bust out that fake teeth. Goddamn, boy. What is this? Like, what the fuck is happening? Who the fuck, please explain to me who needs any of these people on a fucking koozie? Tits shaming plus ageist. Holy. Bro, I would think that this is a elaborate bit that like SNL made, except this is Sarah Huckabee Sanders' own account. It's got the gray check mark, which means what? I don't even know what the gray one means. It's verified because it's a government or multilateral organization account.
America presents.
Like, what is happening? Did you see that they suspended the people who did the Dylan Bud Light can? Wait, they did? She also CC'd a tweet, which I respect. Anyway, I got to talk about this. This is True Anon covered this before. I think it's the Utah guys. But this entire story is so wild. Daily Mail, but this is the funniest goddamn thing I've ever